Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, I am recording Prabhu.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
They've been used, right? I've seen it a few times.
Is it audible, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that's what I mean. Although you may go through courses, we forget. So therefore there should be refresher courses. And then everyone will remember, yeah. So who is ultimately in control? We have to know that. And he's hiding behind there, you can see. People who think in terms of being co-workers with Krishna but refuse to recognize his supremacy in all things assume the unfortunate position of trying to control everything themselves. Anyone who acts and thinks in this irresponsible way eventually becomes an instrument of chaos. Basically, there is a tendency to want to have power and control. As long as we associate with the material energy, that tendency will come. So therefore, the temptations are there, and we may succumb for the desire for power and control. So therefore, we have to reflect on who's actually in charge. Right? As devotees, we say, yeah, I know the Supreme Lord, but do we really know? Do we really accept that He is the Supreme Lord and I'm just His servant? Reflection is very good. And so when you want to work with others, it should be directed by proper, I use the word love, means, it's an easier word. That means it's directed out of affection, directed because Krishna wants it. So that's how we want to do things, because Krishna wants it, Krishna is happy. And when we understand that, then our impatience and everything will subside. And then you also find that the problems in your life will become lessened. Spiritually conscious people know that ultimately they are not in charge. It is difficult to be patient while idly waiting for something to happen. Patience comes more easily when one can channel energies into important projects. So everyone should be engaged, actually. If you don't have any tangible service, ask the temple president or the managers, like, I want to be doing something so that I know I'm connected to Shri Radha Shyamasundar. I want to do something, so your energies are properly processed. Such projects can be as valuable or even more so than whatever was being awaited in the first place. When people are actively involved in creating dynamic events around themselves, they are more able to balance their energies and to be less frantic and impatient. Right? You're involved, everything's balanced, You feel part of this community, I'm helping the community grow. But if you are outside on like a fringe, then you will only become, either you find faults or you won't participate. And that's not healthy for everyone, actually. So we should objectively look at ourselves, especially our mind, and see how the mind is amused by absurd things. Right? Sometimes things pop in your head, nonsense, so you should just get out. Stop disturbing me. The mind is like that. As you chant, you'll find that after some time the mind will say, okay, you win, and then 1 month later it comes back and disturbs you. So it's a constant battle. You have to be very wary of the mind. Otherwise, as soon as you forget, it'll take over. My Guru Maharaj told us a story about in relation to this. He said one time he was in the train, sitting with Prabhupada, and the train was going in India. And so while the train stopped at a station, an old man came. And he was like, standing in front of my Guru Maharaj. Then the train got packed up with people. Then my Guru Maharaj looked at Prabhupada and he felt sorry for the old man, so he stood up and let the old man sit. But before the old man could sit, a big fat lady came in and sat next to Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada looked at my Guru Maharaj and said, if you give Maya an inch, it'll take everything over. So your mind is like that also. Yeah, if you give the mind an inch, it'll take over. And you'll do all nonsense. So do your best. Do as much as you can. Like sometimes you'll do and you think I've done very well, and then you find, like when you make a project, let's say you baked the cake for Janmashtami and you thought this is the great cake. Then when you brought it there, you find 10 other ladies brought amazing cake. How do you feel? Right? You feel, oh no, but do your best, be detached, What is Krishna looking for? The bhakti, bhaktyamam abhijananti. He really is looking for the love. It's got nothing to do. Remember Maharaj shows Vidura's wife, she was giving peels, banana peels. So the same way, don't worry about it. Do your best. If you start comparing all the time, then you'll never be happy in your devotional life. On the other hand, devotees who consider themselves proprietors and controllers can be impatient and intolerant, viewing themselves as centers around which all things revolve for their personal pleasure. Yeah, this is very straightforward. Okay, finally, laugh at those situations that cause you anxiety. The mind plays trick, yeah. Right? Sometimes it's just nonsense, and then you say, wow, look at this mind, and you can just laugh at it. Why was I so much in anxiety? It was nothing. Unnecessarily you get hyped up for no good reason, right? Many times you think about it, yeah. We become too sensitive to many things, yeah. Okay. Yeah. What is Vaikuntha atmosphere? Prabhupada writes this, it's a letter to Brahmananda. This is called Vaikuntha attitude. In the Vaikuntha, factually there is no fault in anyone, but there is another type of competition. The competition is that one devotee thinks of other devotees, how nicely they are serving the Lord. In the material world, their attitude is that everyone likes to think that I am doing better than others. Continue. This is material conception. In the spiritual sky, it is just the opposite. Everyone thinks that my contemporary devotees are doing better than me. We are trained to address God brothers as Prabhu, which means Master. This means we shall try to find out always the serving side of our God brothers. Sometimes there are misgivings, but we should try to overlook. Small problems we shouldn't make into big issues, And there are a series of different points. Now we are coming to the end of my presentations. We cannot expect that all men will be first class. There may be men in goodness or in passion or in ignorance, but one should always be tolerant and forgiving. In Krishna consciousness, one doesn't really have any connection with this man or that man. he is simply connected to the philosophy and the process of life. It's not this man, that man, no. Prabhupada says on a ship, one may find everyone to his liking, right? Or they may not. In a boat, if you look, yeah. But if he sits down in his own cabin and he takes advantage of the crossing, or he may not have to be disturbed by all of these other personalities. So he's very focused. I have to go to my destination. Otherwise, you're in the ship walking around looking at this person is this, he talk bad, this person is like that. So Prabhupada says you should just sit in your cabin and then take advantage of the crossing. And Prabhupada also says the minor offenses of the others should be taken as forgiven first and taken as penance. And you come in after Mangalarti and pay obeisances, after Tulsi Puja. Why do we say that? Because everyone is a Vaishnava. They can give us blessings. That's why we do that. Otherwise, how to chant properly? One may be insulted, but one should never become disturbed by this. This is saying by Lord Buddha. So one time there's a disciple called Ananda. Lord Buddha asked Ananda, what would he do if he went to a village and started preaching Dharma and the inhabitants became angry and started insulting him? What would he do? And so Ananda replied, oh, I will bless them because for not injuring me. So then Lord Buddha said, okay, then what would you do if they throw stones at you and injured you? Then he replied, oh, I would bless them for not killing me. And then the Lord said, what would you do if they killed you? Then he said, oh, I would bless them for delivering me from this material world. So we will be insulted in many ways. You're going to find that in life. Huh? Devotees will insult you. Actually, the insult of a devotee will hurt you more than the insult of a karmi out there. No karmis out there, of outside people, yeah. So therefore you need to understand and be able to, maybe you need to grow a thick skin. Yeah, so that you can handle some insults. Yeah. Prabhu, you fool, you idiot. No. Thank you, Prabhu. Mahaprabhu said he is a fool in front of his guru. And just move on and do your service, yeah. There's a letter to Upendra. Kindly observe the regulated principles, chanting 16 rounds regularly and see that all your other assistants are doing the same. If someone is lacking, try to induce him peacefully. Peacefully means patiently, tolerant. Yeah, everyone needs time, right? Everyone needs space. Krishna, God, is never tolerant of offenses committed at the lotus feet of a Vaishnava. Kripam Buddhi, a Vaishnava is an ocean of mercy. Everyone has desires, therefore we worship the Vaishnavas because they are like kalpataru trees. So therefore we say Vancha kalpataru, right? And then they can fulfill our desires to go back to Godhead. The devotee has that power. We think only one or two devotees have power. Actually, every single one of you can give blessings. Do you know that? How powerful you are? If you sincerely want to help someone, you can pray for them. Even you can pray for your enemies. You can pray, my Lord, please make him a pure devotee. Then when he becomes a pure devotee, he'll regret being nasty to me. Right? When you become a pure, you say, why did I do that? And again, we'll look at Jesus. Prabhupada emphasized many times, Lord Jesus tolerated so much, even though they crucified him. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing, right? His life, Jesus' life and teachings Prabhupada said, emphasize the importance of forgiveness in Kali Yuga. So we should also follow. He's a Vaishnava. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said he's a Vaishnava. Prabhupada said he's a Vaishnava. Similarly, Lord Krishna says that the wise man is always forgiving and is the same both in pleasure and pain, honor and dishonor. This is in Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam. Maharaj Parikshit, when he was insulted by Shamika Rishi, he insulted Shamika Rishi by placing the snake around the neck. The sage didn't mind when he awoke. He said, the king must have felt that I ignored him, so that's okay. But his son, Shringi, he got really... Prabhupada said he was puffed up, even though he was a little boy. It's like, yeah, man, I'm Brahman, I have power. And then, so he did not forgive. Was it a serious offense? Of course, Krishna is behind the pastime, but still, we should see, was it a really bad offense? It wasn't that bad. Yeah. So in Kali Yuga, the best policy is to, forgive. As far as possible. For you cannot hold grudge. Okay, you can't forgive. At the time of death and you're dying, all these devotees will come and you look at them and this, I hate this person, is that what you're going to think? Do you have time to think like that? You shouldn't. Give up all the grudges, always give up, so that when you see them, you feel joy. In your deathbed, you feel so much joy and love for them, and say, this Prabhu came for me, and you'll shed tears, right? They came. That's how we should feel. So Prabhupada said we should forgive. Unless, of course, they are trying to kill you or something, that's a different matter. But usually, what is the offense they do that you want to hold grudge for the rest of your life? Oh God! Just think of the pakora. And you laugh and then give it up. All right. So from now on, it's just mostly quotes. Prabhupada. This is a conversation, it's an interesting conversation, Prabhupada. There are some difficulty a student is saying to Prabhupada. That occurred in Cleveland Temple with some black-skinned devotees there. Srila Prabhupada, that is due to lack of knowledge, you see. These things will go on. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has instructed that we should be a little tolerant. Suppose someone treats you improperly because you have a different colored skin. That is his ignorance. But when you feel insulted, that is also your ignorance. Right? Yeah, so both are in the same modes. So Prabhupada said, don't be in the modes, come out, be transcendental to this. You should know that he has only insulted your skin, not you. So when you associate with something and you're attached to it, then you feel it. because you are attached to those material things. So Prabhupada says, don't be attached. He wants us to become transcendental. He continues.
Hare Krishna. We'll stop here. We'll discuss. Anyone would like to start sharing their reflections or feedback? I mean, audible?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
I like that what he said about we thinking that we are in control, and then we become impatient because we are the center of everything depends on me. So I get impatient and maybe I shout or I behave inappropriately. That made a real impact. So if at all I'm getting impatient, that means I am thinking that I am the controller. That is my takeaway, Prabhu. I'll remember that.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Sharbari Mataji, please go ahead. Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, just to add to what Kumarika Mataji said, and that is how we actually become the instrument to chaos, because we think we are controlling. So rather than becoming the instrument of God, we become instrument of chaos. That is what I like that statement. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for sharing. Vinod Mataji, would you like to share? Chandan Prabhu?
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, I like one thing, like whenever the insult or anything comes, we should understand that it is the insult of our skin, not the soul, like that. So that is the I like this point, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing. Hem Sundar Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Nothing now, Prabhu. If anything, I'll message later. My throat is out. I'll do later.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Madhumati Mataji, would you like to share anything?
Yeah, Prabhu. Like the speaker was saying, when we compare with the others, there is always like no peace of mind. And another thing I feel like when speaker was saying comparing others in spiritual world, they're appreciating, but in material world, always we feel like why he is progressing, why she is progressing. So that is the main difference. Uh, and I would like to work on that, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Prasanna Mataji?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhu, I don't have much, but still, from the first slide that Prabhuji was talking about, right? That we actually think that we are in control, but still somewhere we assume that we are the devotees of Krishna, right? Even yesterday he was talking the same, that we for the initial time we here we try to understand follow our senior devotees, and we try to do the same. But after some time, when we think that okay, now I'm now I have little knowledge of the devotion, then I stop asking the senior devotees, right? Because I cannot directly reach to Krishna, right? So I have the senior devotees who knows when what to when I have some issues, right? So it is better to reach out to them. But certain times I feel that okay, now I am almost 1 year done in this, so I can take my own decisions, right? So that part I was able to correlate with yesterday's class, Prabhu. And yeah, so this one again, whenever we get some thought, so Prabhu was saying then you have to detach yourself from there, right? When I get some thought, but that is not so easy for me. I get some thought, then I keep on, thinking that why do I get it, right? So it is not that easy for me, but yeah, that is what I liked it, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Shankar Raman Prabhu, would you like to share anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Prabhu, the last thing was when someone insults basis our color or something like that, so we should have that state of mind to just understand that kid is not the person or other person is not insulting us, but he's so ignorant or so that he is just trying to insult us basis our color or skin or something like that. So to detach from that, so we should have elevate to that state of mind, so that we do not develop any sense of envy or any sense of anger against the other person. So that state of mind we have to achieve. And that is was something a key takeaway for me today.
Yeah, thank you for sharing, Prabhu. Shweta Mataji,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
And Prabhuji, I like that story a lot, where the disciple of Buddha was, he was not seeing anything negative. He was going one step ahead. So if someone is insulting, so good that they didn't injure me. If they're injuring, good they didn't kill me. And if they kill, then good that they delivered me. So uh, I was trying to gaze myself, and I was thinking I'm far, far away. I have to work on that. Yeah, that is what I was thinking, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Correct. So, Vidya Prabhu, would you like to share? So, anyone would like to share?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, please share.
Prabhu, I like the point where Prabhu was saying that minor offenses should take as a penance. So I like this point because usually we in among the devotees will not get the offense or big offense. We'll get small things only. We have our day-to-day communication or like that only. It's not a big thing will happen to us. So that the small things like pakoda problem that Prabhu was saying, like that those things should take as a penance, so that penance will help us to improve ourselves, and also it will help us to maintain the nice relationship without any hesitation. Because if we small things, if we take as a offense, then it will very difficult to maintain the relationship, because everybody will be very cautious to speak to us and all. So that point is, and also if we try to see in those comments or offenses, if we try to see something good for us, then it will make our heart also soft. So I like that point.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Thank you for sharing. Yugal Kishore Prabhu.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, the overall lecture so far is, class is amazing. There are so many points. It's not that we are hearing first time, but again, reiterating many of the points. And few points. One first point, which he said that one must engage into some valuable service project, and exactly it was similar to what our Shamkun Prabhu mentioned few days back, that one should have some engagement. And you see how our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, has devised the structure of our program engagement for a devotee. He has given different ways and different means to engage devotees in a very valuable service, may it be book distribution, chanting, reading, hearing, preaching. There is no limit what one can actually go deep into that. And so if we go that, one may think that, oh, this is just kind of feel burden. But if we say that the underlying engagement, the underlying principle of that is to engage everyone, so that the Prabhu was saying that the mind is properly engaged, the energy is channelized, and then we are not investing somewhere else. And he was giving the example of that train. His spiritual master was there, and then Prabhupada said that if you just give a little bit space for Maya, Maya will take over the whole thing. And I mean, a little bit on the light side track, this that we have seen today's the word, the war was going that little bit challenge, little bit position, and then they are trying to take over everything. So the Maya is actually very powerful, and giving little bit space, it will actually take things. And the other important thing is that Prabhuji was mentioning that if, and Kumarika Mataji also mentioned that if we try to become the center of everything, or trying to be controller of everything, and then we are actually exhibiting impatience. So if I have, I'm talking about myself, if I have impatience, the root cause is that I'm trying to be center of everything and trying to control everything. But actually, Prabhu said that if we are sensible, if we are a spiritual practitioner, you know that you have a very little control in our hand. It's very amazing and profound, deep, realized statement. So overall, it was very nice. Many more points. Some other devotees also covered from. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for summarizing important points. Shamkunda Prabhu, Vinodini Mataji, would you like to share anything?
I like what everybody said, Prabhu. That's it. Nothing more to add from my side. Thank you.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sanatan Gopal. You can please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I like that, we'll always we'll forgive persons when we are in good mood. But when we are in bad mood, we'll never forgive. But in all circumstances, in all moods, we should have the habit of forgiving others, forgiving. And he emphasized on the power of mind. So we should always control the mind. And to control the mind is always be engaged, always be engaged in devotional service, and take up a good devotional service and engage. That is one of the things. And actually, always Sri Krishna should be at the center. When we have association and all those things, we should think Krishna has given this association, and all our Krishna's associates. I mean, all our Krishna bhaktas. So when you have that attitude that all are Krishna bhaktas, there not be envy or anything like that. So very nicely summarized so many things, and you should have the reflection also. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhu. So we'll end today. Anyone would like to share?
Chanakesha Prabhu. Yeah, there's a one point, Prabhu.
Yes.
In
Prabhu, if you are speaking, it's not audible. Guru Prabhu, your voice.
I'm expecting like little brief on this. Like he mentioned as a last, and Krishna conscious, we should not have any connection with this man or that man, and we should be connected to the process. That's what the Prabhu mentioned.
Yes, ma'am. Kirlal Prabhu, would you like to share anything?
But Prabhu, please, I don't understand Guru Prabhu, but are we not supposed to be attached to our spiritual master and our mentor, etc., and have a deep relationship with them?
No, that's what my understanding is like whatever you are mentioning. But here, like Prabhu mentioned this statement actually in one of the presentation. That's why, like, I'm asking, like, what is the exact context here? Like, how we can see that?
I don't know, Prabhu. I didn't listen when I listened to such a sentence in this. In today's presentation, at least, I don't know. I might have missed, so I'm not able to tell you.
Okay.
Shamkunu Prabhu, would you like to add anything for Guru Prabhu's comment, Prabhu?
Even I didn't hear like that. I mean, maybe I missed it, Prabhu. I'll have to go back and check it, Prabhu.
I just pasted the screenshot which I've captured in the chat, Prabhu.
Yes, this
Yes, Prabhu. I saw that over there. But my understanding here is our connection with acharyas they are people who are beyond the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And in every individual, like there are acharyas at various levels. And in acharya, sometimes we have great persons. They say that, hey, I'm just a small instrument in the hand of God. We take that which comes from the platform of pure sattva, Shuddha sattva from them, Prabhu. So we take the best from others, but this slide has to be taken in the proper context, is what I feel.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
I felt Prabhu also wanted to say something.
Yes, Prabhu. You will Kishore Prabhu, please.
So, Guru Prabhu, that what Shamkun Prabhu said, in addition to that, if you say our bhakti step, one of the step is actually attachment. And that attachment, so what here is talked about to the attachment to the materialistic things. And also, if you see, in Nectar of Instruction, it is also said that Sangha Tyaga, so that we have to give the people association. Now, the similar way, so if it is out of context, then say we have to give the association of devotees. No, it is the association of the people who are materially conscious. The whole purpose is about enjoyment, and there is no tinge of any consciousness related to bhakti. So, and it's the same applicable to here. It is not about the detachment, it's only from the matter. And when Srila Prabhupada was asked that how can we become within a moment, how much time it takes to get liberation, he said a moment. What? In that one moment, but we have to do two things. We have to get detached from the matter and get attached to Krishna. And we hear always from Srila Prabhupada and His Holiness Rampa Swami Maharaj, Krishna means Krishnas, which are related to Krishna and Krishna's devotees. So attachment Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam. How can we surrender to Krishna without having attachment and love for him? And Krishna means Krishna's devotees. So this slide is related to those people who are not have anything to do with Krishna and Krishna's devotees.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, dear Lalita Prabhu, would you like to share anything? Thank you for sharing more details on this Yoga Kishore Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So, Yashashni Mataji or Dear Lalita Prabhu has raised their hand. Would you like to share anything?
So it was, I didn't unraise the hand, lower the hand.
Okay, okay.
Sorry.
No problem. Thank you. Yeah, we'll end today here. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhudaya vachapatitanam pavanabhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namo. Anantapur Vaishnava Jai. Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you,
continue
Prabhu.
tomorrow.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.